Hi, my name is Parisien. I'm a denturist and the owner of the Parisien Denture Clinic in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. And today's video is going to be about what happens to a denture when I run over it with my truck. Now this is kind of a continuation from my last video about how we repair dentures. I had started trying to show it in that video but realized the video was going to be way too long, so here we are on this video. So if you've ever wondered what would happen if you ran over your denture, keep on watching. Alright, so we were finally able to break the denture, but I was thinking we've still got 3 more dentures inside that we can try to break. So there was one more thing I wanted to try. Let's see what happens when we run over it with my truck.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
You broke it and whoa. So some of the teeth fell out. So like 2 of these teeth fell out. Here, let's put them on the...
Okay, so long story short, do not run over your denture with your vehicle because this is what could happen. Now to be fair, this is a lower denture. It doesn't have as much material to give it strength as an upper denture, and this was a temporary denture. So it's not really made of the strongest materials in the world, but to be fair to pretty much almost any denture, I would expect the same results, even if this was made of a high quality materials. But nevertheless, I'm going to see if I can somehow try to repair this denture. So the first step to repairing this denture is the exact same as in my How Dentures Are Repaired video. We need to glue it back together, and normally as long as all of the breaks are nice and clean, we normally don't have a problem getting the denture back together as it was before. Alright, so now we're going to get ready to repair this denture that I run over with my truck. So we've got the repair model. The denture is already here. As you can see, we have 3 teeth in the front which were broken off, and we have a little chunk missing from the back here and everything. So this is quite an involved repair. Now you might think this is kind of an extraordinary situation to have a denture that is in this bad a shape. But I actually see dentures like this come in every so often, and normally it's because a dog has gotten a hold of the denture. So there's a tip for anybody who is a dog owner and wears dentures. Just make sure that your dentures, you do not leave them on your nightstand, you do not leave them on the bathroom counter, anything like that, because I've had to remake dentures, I've had to repair dentures countless times because dogs have got a hold of them. So just like before in the other video, we need to break all of the pieces of the denture apart now. All right, so this one piece here, this is being a little bit stubborn. This glue is holding this on pretty good, so I can't just break it apart by hand. So I've got to grind it apart now. And got to do the same with this piece here. So now that all of the pieces of the denture are broken apart, I can now start grinding away some of the acrylic to make room for where the new acrylic is going to go in. Okay, so now we've got all of the pieces of the denture prepared. So now what we got to do is we got to put everything back on the model the way it would go here. Now this one little tooth, I know this one here might give me a little bit of a difficult time to get it to sit on the model. I'm probably going to need to use a little bit of wax to hold it down in place. But as you can see, everything is back on the model here now, but we have some missing teeth. So what we need to do is we need to put some new teeth in there. Okay, so now let's get ready to start putting these teeth back in place here. All these pieces right now, I just have them kind of held in place with some wax right now. And we're going to start preparing the teeth. Okay, now if this was a real patient that I was having to do this big of a repair for, what I would have been doing is I would have gotten an impression of their upper teeth. So that way all of these lower teeth that I'm adding back on here would work against their upper teeth properly. But just for this demonstration here, I'm not doing that. Now this repair here, this is too big of a repair in my mind to just flow the acrylic in like I had done on my last video that you'd seen. Because we have this big area here, 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 there's one up at the front there. We have the multiple teeth which we have to add back on. So in order to repair this denture, I'm gonna be putting this in a flask to repair it. So now we have to wax everything up so that way we can get the acrylic, or the kind of the pink base color here, to look like we want it in the end. Okay, so we've got all of our teeth waxed up here. I've got the areas in the back where those cracks were and where I ground out the pieces. Those are all filled in with wax, just as we want the acrylic to be in the end. So we're ready to go ahead and start investing this denture to be repaired. And I know if some of you are kind of watching closely, I know there's a little crack in that tooth there. There's a little scuff on that tooth there, and over here a little portion of this tooth had broken off. And again, if this was a real case that I was working on, I'd be replacing basically 3 more teeth than what I have right now. But just for demonstration, we're just going to save some time and just kind of pretend that those are perfectly fine, and we'll just work with it as it is. Okay, so now it comes time. We've invested the case, we've boiled off the wax, and now it's time to start packing the acrylic inside the denture. Now, if you've watched my How Dentures Are Made video, those dentures were injection processed. There's another way of processing the acrylic, which is just a regular press method. You just put the acrylic in and you put it in a hydraulic press. And that's how we pack the denture. So the hydraulic press puts pressure on the models and pushes out any excess acrylic. Now, if you look at it, this hydraulic press here, you might be thinking it looks like it has a few years on it. And it does. This hydraulic press, my father had bought his business. He was a registered dental technician, or an RDT, here in Canada. So he owned his own dental lab for the better part of about 40 years. He inherited this press off the gentleman who owned the business before him. Before my father bought it, it was the Wyatt Dental Lab, and actually, to be true, he kept that name. It was always the Wyatt Dental Lab. So this gentleman had this press well before my father took over. So my best guess is that this press right here, this thing right here, that is probably the better part of, I'm guessing, 70 years old, if not maybe a little bit longer, and it's still going strong. So the acrylic has now been cured, and we need to get the denture out of the flask so we can start trimming it. So all we have left to do now is we have to trim this denture up, give it a polish, and it is all finished. And as you can see, the denture looks not too bad for being run over with a truck in comparison to what it was like in the very beginning. Now, this brings up the point of, would I normally do a repair like this? This repair, if I had to do this for an actual patient, where I had to take an opposing impression up against their opposing teeth. I would have to articulate this on an articulator. Like I said before, I would have to actually add on 3 more teeth than what I did. So we're putting on 6 teeth altogether, 6 new teeth, repairing all the breaks in the denture. This is a very involved repair. And it gets into the point where is it maybe worth having a new denture made, where we have to look at the benefits of making a new denture versus repairing this denture, because the costs start to come a lot closer together with a repair of this size. But no matter which way you look at it, at least we can see that a denture like this can be repaired. So thanks so much everybody for watching the video. I appreciate all the support I get on this channel. Thanks for coming by. Have a great day. I hope to see you soon.